It's coffee. It's comics. It's music. It's Nerds on Coffee.
Stale nuts.
Kyle's an asshole, as always. We have Lucas Banker here.
Oh, yeah, you're going to want to eat that.
Not Luca Ass Spanker, but Lucas Banker.
Yeah,
people mess it up sometimes.
You're going to want to stay
Lucas.
right on that.
Okay, how's that?
Yeah,
So
like you're doing a
Lucas
record.
is an entrepreneur, director of A&R, all-around gangster, and significant lover of Red Dead.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but somehow I haven't been able to finish the last 10 minutes. I did the whole beginning in November and then got stuck
I
in the
think
last
that might
10
just
minutes.
be like performance anxiety.
You put too much pressure on yourself, man. Just like...
Well, I'm working on a farm now there and building a house, and I'm like not doing
So
well.
yeah, so you do you have a wife in it?
Yeah, she left me though. Didn't yours? Can that not happen? You can keep your wife. So I'm actually great at failing spectacularly.
Oh, that's amazing. So normally we do a cup of coffee from a different coffee shop every episode, but today I was just really lazy and didn't want to bring Kyle a cup of coffee, so we don't have
So
time.
we're just nerds.
We're just nerds.
drinking nerds.
I'm on coffee. Just
Nerds
standard.
on water.
It's just
Standard.
nerds on.
Yeah, just nerds on. I'm drinking a standard Starbucks today. I actually wanted to get one because a couple episodes ago, and I'm talking the future right now, we did a thing with coffee commissioner, coffee...
Commissary.
No. Chimney.
Oh, Chimney.
Yeah, we did a thing with Chimney Coffee at their roastery.
Mm-hmm.
And they were explaining why Starbucks coffee was so dark and so robust because that was just like their stick. They're just like, we're going to soak this shit and just make it as dark and as robust as possible. And from that new perspective, I want to try it again. And like knowing that makes it taste exactly how it should taste, knowing what their goal
Like, they're
was.
not going for like a light or like a medium roast, and they're just fucking it up. Like,
They're going for sludge
trying
roast.
to
Yeah,
do...
yeah.
Yeah, they're doing the Pacific Northwest kind of... I mean, I'm not speaking from a point of, like, authority. This is just what Nat told us.
He's only drank coffee for the last 30 days of his life.
No
It's
water.
like 2 months, something like
No,
that.
yeah, so like the whole-
Is your pee a thick custard consistency?
No,
Like
the other way.
Our whole stick was when we started the podcast, Nerds on Coffee, he'd never tried coffee.
Oh, really?
I've never
yeah.
had coffee, yeah. And so
That's
that's what he said, like,
hysterical.
I've only... Like, what... You said I've only had coffee for, like, the past month. What you should have said was... The only time I've ever had coffee has been in the past
Yeah.
month.
Yeah.
And how's your anger level going?
It's, like, neutral.
He's already a pretty angry person.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's great.
Do you feel like you're having episodes of hysteria or
No.
mania?
Yeah, actually, like I had the other night, like
Oh, you did have that
yeah,
moment.
I was feeling like I was just kind of like this out of body weird, like I couldn't focus, like I couldn't remember things. It was difficult
Is
for me
that
to get
what's
things.
doing it to me?
Like, yeah,
Does it also cause erectile dysfunction?
this is also
Yeah,
caused.
No, I don't have that, you know.
Oh
I'm just-
shit!
No, talking for a friend.
Yeah. I guess coffee caused all my girlfriends to leave me, and like the bank
And you hadn't
foreclosed
even
on my
drank
house.
it, so
I
fuck.
didn't even drink it.
Oh, that's amazing.
Dude.
Kyle's getting a call from an 818 number right now.
It's probably my mechanic, probably.
Oh, is he going to tell you that your car is fucked?
I hope so. I mean,
Car
I'm
would
not
start
paying.
today.
I'm not
Oh, no.
paying for it if it's broken.
Really?
Was it leased or you bought it?
No, I bought it. It's our car. We own it.
That's good.
We
That's
had to get it.
responsible.
We had to get it towed off
He
because
feels responsible to me.
it couldn't
Yeah.
start.
No, Kyle is
Kyle
like...
feels responsible.
Kyle is like that guy that just from like first look looks like a dropout and a piece of shit.
Not
And
these
then-
days. This is like
Yeah, but then you talk to him and you're like, oh, you own a house, you have a wife, you have a child, and you own
off of
two
music
cars.
too. I mean,
off
it's
of
like
music.
it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, and then you
I
realize,
haven't been able to
and then
do-
you realize you're the loser.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'm gonna step out real quick.
Yeah.
It's like stalker calling me, or wait, I can take it on the air. We
Take
can
it on the air. Let's
of
go.
course. Maybe you'll be
Hello?
disappointed and we'll watch you cry.
Kyle?
Yeah.
Hey, Kyle, it's Brent at the Lube Center.
Hey, what's going on?
Lube Center?
So on the Honda here, we had a little bit of free time, so our guys started getting on it and checking it out.
Cool.
Getting on it at Lube
I
Center.
think that you're going to end up having to take this thing to the dealer personally.
Okay.
What's going on with it is not only are you registering below empty on the gas gauge, but there's a couple of issues with it not starting. It is getting no fuel, and there's I think a couple of reasons for it not getting fuel. When we suspect a fuel problem or a fuel pump issue, we have a spray that we can actually spray into the intake system.
Okay.
And just to get it started, it still wouldn't start with that. And we noticed that the fuel pump fuse, there's a fuse just solely dedicated to the fuel pump, was blown. So we replaced that fuse, and immediately, the second we turn the key back on, boom, it just explodes that fuse again.
Oh, wow.
And so we
Have
went
they
to
tried
get
using
into
more
the
lube?
computer, into the car's computer with our scanner, with our computer, to see if we can get into the system and take a look at the readings going to the
So
fuel pump.
funny about this.
Okay.
We're getting no communication with the
Yesterday,
PCM, which
Kyle
is the car's
had
computer.
been like half the
It won't
episode
communicate with our
talking
computer.
about how he was just
Okay. So, am I going to have to just get it towed to a dealership?
every time he
Yes.
goes in, because like,
Okay.
it's like
Because the PCM is
it's an
not
explosion. You,
communicating
you,
with
you
our
understand
computer,
how a car works?
Dude, do I understand how a
and
car?
that
I'm a
fuel pump
scientist.
fuse,
I don't give
Of course I understand how cars work and space travel and all this.
with the car's computer.
I'm a scientist.
Okay.
Yes.
That's going to be
Yes.
something that completely
Ish. I'm a scientist.
does.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll see if we can get a truck back out there today and get it over to a dealership.
Oh, okay. I do appreciate it.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, bye.
A scientist is someone
Wow.
who dabbles in science but isn't.
So
Scientist.
I just
That's
think
me.
that call right there is conclusive evidence that we live in a simulation.
Yeah?
Well, yesterday you spent half the episode talking about how you really were just astounded that when you turn on your car, it doesn't explode on you every day.
Oh, yeah. Blows my mind.
Blows your mind, but he turned on your car today and it exploded. So, meaning that there's a glitch in the system.
Yeah, well, everybody now knows that I've got to take our Honda in. But
But what you know what's going to be interesting about that is when we air this episode, you'll have either A, gotten the Honda fixed, or B, filed for a lemon, or C, just said fuck it and throw it away.
you can't file
or
for a
exited
lemon.
the simulation.
Yeah.
That has to be one of the opportunities, right?
I can't file for a lemon. It's a 2005, and we've owned it for like over a decade.
I don't give a fuck. I'll file
Yeah.
it for you.
15 years later.
Yeah. I'm gonna call up John Honda Sr. and I'll be
Yeah.
like, listen, motherfucker, my wife's parents' friends who we bought this reasonable used car from when she was in
15
college
years ago.
is starting to have some problems.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just need you to give me my money back for the whole thing.
I think
Let me
that's
know how it
super
goes.
reasonable.
All right.
So, okay, so let's get into it a little bit. So, Lucas, you have had one of the most interestingly cool journeys anyone in music has ever had.
Wow.
I just think it's so cool. You started off as a musician.
Yep.
You were assigned to the company that then hired you now.
Yep.
And I don't want to say anymore. I want to hear it from you. So Riptide, so you were what, 10 years ago?
Oh, fuck. Like 17 years
17
ago.
years ago.
I
You're a
was
young
right.
punk artist,
Yeah.
metal,
Yeah,
right?
a metal producer and punk.
Right,
I guess
on top
artist,
of the
yeah.
world, thinking that your shit don't stink, right?
Actually, yes.
Yeah,
that's
no,
funny.
I know.
Yeah,
I know the
because
story.
there was budgets connected to rock records.
That's
still there.
true.
We would
That's
make like
true.
$200,000 a record and
Right.
and do 5 a year and really be killing it.
Well, now everybody just drags slate samples into a session and calls it a day.
And
like,
it offers you $16,000
yep.
to do a full length.
You're like,
yeah.
oh my
So-
God.
I abandoned that.
So Riptide, you're assigned to them.
And there was this like dorky ass place where they would like give us money for our music. I was like, suckers. And like I would go in there and then and I had like nothing but like I'm a big deal and what are these people? And you know, here I am working for them. So,
There you go.
but it turned out that they had the right idea and they were in the right place and they were developing relationships and
my God.
and a strategy that would lead to what I think is like the future of breaking music.
And for people
awesome.
that don't know, Rich Goldman and Keatley
Hadelman.
Hadelman, who
I think I pronounced it right. He's like one of my best friends, but
who run Riptide, are two of the coolest people. And full
They're the
disclosure
best.
on this podcast, Hero Records, which I own, has a joint venture with Riptide. So just so everybody knows.
So this
But I-
whole episode's hashtag ad now.
Yeah.
yeah. But
Sponsored by Riptide.
But I do think that what they provide over anything else, and the product and the service and the people are great, is the family vibe.
Yeah, that's really true. It's after a lot of years of getting kicked in the nuts, it was a place where people genuinely cared about what was happening for artists, and were interested in the idea of making money breaking artists rather than hemorrhage money while they have fear of if the artist will break.
Totally,
It was
100%.
It was a system where people could get as many bites at the apple as they wanted, rather than put all the focus on one song that before it started not reacting would just be marked a failure and thrown into the abyss.
Now, before
Right.
we dive into that deeper, when you were this young gun
young,
Asshole.
gorgeous, tight-bodied man.
Were you bearded and short?
I was not. No, in fact, I had like a mohawk that I wore as like a cornrow.
Do we
braid
have
on
any
my head.
photos of that we can use
Yeah.
for promotion?
Yeah, there's one.
Oh
of
my
my
god!
old
I'm
man,
so
yeah.
excited.
100%. I'm
I
so
wore
in.
like thick wrist watches with leather. And,
Oh yeah.
You had many leather-bound books.
I was very cool.
Everybody was, man.
Yeah, were we?
Dude, everybody was. Yeah.
Pants were bigger, times were easier. Yeah.
Hands were bigger.
Yeah.
I used to fucking fantasize about being able to have a pair of Jinkos whenever I was a kid.
It was
It's
awesome.
like, yeah.
I could do it. I'm probably a little older than you guys, so I could rock all that.
Yeah,
shit.
you wouldn't even guess it. Can we say it?
Yeah,
Do you mind?
43 years old.
Jesus
Yeah.
Right?
Christ.
Doesn't he look like
I
he's
look
like
I'm
31?
50.
Yeah, he's gonna look a day over like at least 42 and a
Yeah,
half.
I know.
Like,
I smoked a lot of meth and crack growing up. Washington,
talk.
D.C.
You don't look
was
a
an
day
awesome-
over 60, man.
Well, I started telling people actually that I'm 53 because then they're like, "Holy fuck, you look
you
incredible!"
look great.
And I'm like, "Yeah, I
like,
do."
what are you doing? You're like,
Exactly.
I'm lying.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a
And then when I
compulsive
turned
liar.
63, I'm like, "Surprise, bitches! I'm 53." Yeah,
Oh,
That's
my God.
amazing.
No, but that's a great line. It's like, what are you doing? I'm lying to
What's
you.
your secret? Yeah, I'm a big fan of the George Costanza logic, which is it's not a lie if you believe it.
yeah.
You know?
I'll go with that.
Oh my! I think that's why we have Trump as president.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. No, we have a bunch of other reasons why Trump's the president, and
Yeah,
they
because you
all
voted for him.
eat fucking fried food and live in the middle of the country.
Your people.
And he
This
makes
literally
fun
sounds
of
like
retarded
your
people.
Not my people. I
Your
didn't choo-
people's
I-
people.
I didn't choose my people. They're not people. They're not my people.
there are people. We the people.
We the people.
Let's settle with that.
Are you being a patriot now? Are
I'm
you
a-
a
I'm a
racist?
super
Are you
patriot.
a racist
I'm
because
a
you're
racist
patriotic?
patriot.
No, that's the
Fully.
thing though. People assume that
No,
just
we
because
had, a
you
whole,
have
we had a whole conversation
Yeah.
about this. About like
It's sad that like you can't be
You can't be
patriotic
for
in
America.
any way, or else someone's gonna at the very least reduce you to a redneck.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's just
true.
like, and I'm just like, but that's not what patriotism is. Like, that doesn't mean like I'm condone all
Right,
of the actions of
patriotism
my
is
government.
No.
It just
winning
means that
10
like
straight
I
divisional championships,
yeah,
right?
I love my country and Tom Brady.
Yep. I
You know,
started building a wall in my backyard
Oh, yeah.
literally about a week ago.
yeah, I'm all for the wall.
I'm helping. I just think we all need to do our part to build it.
I
Everyone
they
just
will
put down
come.
one rock.
like hands across America, just bricks across my lawn.
Bricks across your lawn.
Bricks across my
we should
lawn.
start out here. I noticed people sneaking through on my way in.
Yeah. All right.
oh my god!
Just
amazing.
those are the local passersby of the alley. The refuge they have been seeking in my yard is no mas.
That's Spanish for bathroom.
amazing.
This is great.
What as you know, Kyle, because you built all my furniture and you installed it into my home, I live in the marina now.
Mm-hmm.
A big reason I live in the marina is because of Mr. Banker.
Yep. We have a can attached to strings that we communicate with.
Oh, nice. I thought you were
that-
going to say just because of like it's like your own version of the witness protection program. It's like the only way it's the only way you could get away from him.
We live in Murder Del Rey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, so he knew me and Alexis were looking to move. So when I came over to his place back in November, or maybe even October.
Yeah, it was October.
He was like, you should move here and you should live in the marina. And I was like, all right, we'll check it out. And we checked out 15 locations in the
Jesus.
marina, and we're down to either his place or Marina Harbor, which we moved in, and they had a unit that was just perfect, so we chose that
So
one.
he one-upped me. He was just like, look, your place is nice, but my place has air conditioning. And
Yeah,
That's
and I'm
amazing.
on the water.
He's on
His
the
is
water.
too much of like Amazonian jungle.
Oh, gotcha.
You know, like Wonder Woman would like come out pre being Wonder Woman.
yeah,
somewhere.
there's
Gotcha. There
exotic
we go.
birds and monkeys and speakers playing adventure music on every tree.
I love it. So
Yeah.
you live in an expensive rainforest cafe.
No joke. That's absolutely accurate. Yeah, Ewok Village, adult Disneyland.
Fucking
Yeah,
every 15 minutes, there's an elephant behind you. Just
yep. It kind of has that vibe to it. It's called Mariners Village. I've been there for 16 years
That's
now.
awesome. Mariners
love it.
Village to me, if I heard Mariners Village, I'd be like, that's where I'm going in like the corner of like California Adventure for like a pirate ride.
It's,
like
it's exactly
Mar-
you are
Mariners
visualing
Village.
It. You are visualing
Love it.
When you come over
Yes.
next, we'll drive over and you'll
Okay.
see it's literally that.
And
Can
it
we
was
kayak
swingers.
over?
It was yes, you can. And it was swinger capital of America back in the 70s. So yeah, and
Really?
if you look online for escorts in the area, most of them will be advertising straight out of our complex.
That's insane.
Yep, it's cool. Get laid and
Do you get any kind of discounts for being a resident?
I mean, you have. You mean like amenities and shit like that?
I mean, like with like the
The
women of
prostitutes?
service.
No,
Yeah.
no, it's illegal still. So
I know.
they
but
can't
it's
include it in the rent.
Oh yeah.
It has to
But
be
is there
under
any
the
like
table
kind of like
thing.
under the table like hookups to be like, hey, if you like, I'm in 2C, it wasn't that bad of a walk.
I have to really steer myself away from making human trafficking jokes when we head.
Oh, there's no line.
If you live in the complex, I'll give you $50 off, or I give you a free hand job your day of the week.
I'm the mayor.
Yeah.
I run those
Mayor.
deals. I send out a monthly coupon to all residents, but it doesn't come included in price.
But it is an interesting thing because like our units are objectively a little nicer, but his amenities are objectively nicer.
His are nicer.
So you're saying you get more perks?
Yeah.
Prostitutes not included.
Not
Yeah, but I can certainly, like, if I had a sniper rifle, I could kill a dolphin from my bed.
Oh, yeah.
And he would have to shoot through some yachts to
Yeah,
get to it.
exactly.
So it's
True.
like, mine's more rugged, and I fall asleep to the sound of seals screaming.
I
That's
I
great.
have that also.
and you like it,
I
and I
love
hate
it.
it.
Oh, I love the
literally.
seals.
It sounds like a
Sounds
bunch of
like they're
retards
fucking, yeah.
gangbanging.
Oh, that's just Dirty Mike and the boys.
Like, and they just go forever.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, amazing.
Yeah, we'll have to edit the word retard out, I'm sure, but
No,
That's
I
all right.
mean,
We'll pay someone some money and we'll just donate to a
yeah. Okay,
fund or
cool. Well, that's how Trump got there,
something. Yeah, that's true.
making fun of.
oh my
less
god.
fortunate.
Yep,
I love it.
100%.
No, but he has a library.
I have a
common
library.
area.
I have a pool room,
Ah.
a theater, a open area that feels like some Pirates of the Caribbean
Totally
shit.
feels like the
a
pirate.
gym, a sauna.
Do you have a Steam?
It's no. we
I
don't.
have a
I was about to
Steam.
lie and be like yes, but no.
I have a Steam.
You have a Steam?
I
do you have a
do.
sauna?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
because he.
But you have a
yeah.
bench, which really.
We have a bench, which I have not granted you access to.
I know.
Oh, so you
It's
don't
my
have a
power
bench in yours,
position.
Matt?
That's the only
No.
thing I don't.
You don't have a bench, and you
These
don't have a
breasts are
Steam.
not just happening on their own.
Sounds like the sauna managers should kind of combine forces here and give you guys collectively one good sauna instead of two almost good saunas.
Well, he has a sauna and Steam.
I have a sauna Steam room.
Yeah, but you don't have a bench.
No, when I say bench, I mean a bench press.
Oh, I
No,
thought
they
you
don't
meant.
have to stand there naked sweating.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. I was just like, I don't do a sauna, and I was like, wow, what kind of a fucking
Yeah.
asshole would make
no,
you
no,
do
I
that?
mean like a bench press.
It's a mental torture. The door locks when you walk in for 45 minutes as the heat raises. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Amazing.
Oh, you don't have a bench press.
No.
Oh, that
Yeah.
seems like kind of a basic piece of equipment to have in a gym.
No, it's not.
Not when you're working with resistance training, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
That's what they have at your
Oh, yeah.
place, right?
Yeah, because the problem is benches have like the plates. So
Yeah.
it's one of those. It's one of those items in a gym that like
Raises
really,
insurance.
really stupid
that makes
people
sense.
can fuck themselves
Oh,
up
yeah.
on. Like, because you
Just
have to
because of how
Kyle
you
just-
And you have
interact
to be a
with it.
certain level of intelligence to move into Mariners Village, where at Mariners Harbor, they'll just take anyone.
They're just like, hey, here you go, man.
Wow! Damn!
It's a calculated risk, though, because they don't have a bench.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Well, that's
yeah.
it. They're
It's a
hedging
bull-
their bets by having
It's a bold move, Cotton. We'll see if it pays off.
I like how like dominant that's been in conversation recently. I'm gonna continue to push for that to be a staple.
Yeah,
Still,
it's a great one.
It's great, man.
No, but like, so if you YouTube video like bench press accidents,
oh, I'm sure
you'll see some
yeah.
fucked up
Do
shit.
people shit their buttholes out?
Yeah.
Bench pressing.
Oh my
it comes
God.
out like a windsock. It's
Yeah.
the worst thing you've ever seen in your
No,
life.
dude,
They, like,
benching and
straight-
deadlifting, you like there's some fucked up injuries if you're not using really perfect form. And bench is like,
It takes a lot to shit your butthole out.
yeah, I mean,
I
like
bet.
think about this, like if you have a kid that's like being an asshole and says I can bench 225 no problem, is it working?
Oh yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's good.
I just check on.
No, but you like checked it so
in.
slow that like it looked like your face was like, oh no, Matt, you fucked it up.
Was
No,
I don't
All
ever
this
sit-
gold just going down the toilet.
I don't ever sit on this side of the
I would
table.
have killed myself if you were like, it's not recording. I would just like walked outside and been like, there's the chainsaw.
We should have
cool.
filmed that, though. We don't
This
want to
is
just
great.
audio. of
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Now this is great. Now I don't have to cut out all this bullshit about y'all's dumb apartments.
He's just jealous.
He's jealous.
He's super jealous.
Hashtag beach life.
Hashtag beach life.
Hashtag beach life.
Hashtag we're both wearing flip flops right now.
Yes, we are. But what I was gonna say is like on a bench, the real danger comes when like someone that can like do like 225 for like 2 reps says, "Oh, I feel strong today. I'm gonna do like 250 with no spot."
Oh, that's
Like,
a problem. Yeah.
Let's put it this way: I haven't done more than 275 without a spot ever in my life, and I can do 100 reps at 225 with my eyes closed.
Right. So even small weight increases turn
At
into
that
like
are
this
compoundingly
massive,
massive.
difference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I usually start at 425 and go up to 500 by the second set.
That's
All
a
right.
lie.
Sounds
That's a
reasonable.
lie. He probably starts at 85 and goes up to 110.
I don't touch any weights anymore. My shoulder is not working currently. 43, y'all. Get ready.
Oh yeah, your shoulder is
42,
fucked,
I
right?
was good. Dude, at 42, I looked like a UFC fighter. At 43, I'm like a tubby.
He was a
hairy
UFC
Jewish guy.
fighter.
Oh man,
really?
I trained a lot. Yeah,
Okay.
I was on.
He has like 2 black belts and shit.
I was part of an Olympic team, and like I trained in Muay Thai and Sanchu.
Oh,
and,
sick.
But I haven't done that in a long time. I still have a bag here at the house, but I
nice.
don't like participate in like group activities anymore.
Basically,
I took Muay Thai and I did an
music corrupted
MMA
him.
one class and got choked unconscious in like 4 seconds. And I was like, I don't like this.
Yeah, it's kind of intense. I mean, like a lot of guys, don't give people a good introduction to it, because like you'll be like, oh, what would it be like to learn this? And then they put you in there with some fucking
what happened.
gorilla, and it's like that's not like maybe start out on a bag.
Yeah,
You
I
know
don't
what
like getting like other people's sweat on
Like,
me. I'm
yeah,
happy
yeah.
just carrying a gun.
Oh, I also do. Like my workout.
both.
Yeah, my workout routine is significantly like reduced since I started carrying weapons.
Yeah.
So
But I think also.
What kind of weapons do you carry?
oh, you do.
Throwing stars, nunchucks?
I carry the throwing stars. He carries the nunchucks.
Oh, you're so together. You're a deadly combination
yeah.
of assassins.
It's like
We're deadly.
did you ever watch the movie Green Hornet?
No, I missed it with Seth Rogen.
Yeah,
I missed it.
It's like that.
Okay, I'll go back and watch it now.
great.
It got great reviews.
It's really, really funny.
Is it?
Yeah, maybe the next time we bring you on, we'll all watch it together on air. We
Oh,
do that
wow.
sometimes.
yeah, we do
Okay.
a movie night. And
We do movie
love
nights
it.
where we set up the TV right there. We put the mics along the couch and we just watch a movie and like give play by play and
That
talk
sounds
about
awesome.
it. Yeah,
I
it's
love it.
fun.
Like Mystery Science Theater, but with you guys.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't know what Mystery Science Theater was until we started doing this.
Yeah, I'm glad that you like said that, so I didn't have to say it. Because Lucas was like, "Oh, it's like Mystery Science Theater 3000," and you were like, "Yeah, exactly." And then like I turned and looked, I was like, "I told you about that, like
Yeah.
not that long
Yeah,
ago."
No. That's all him.
It's
Our version
okay.
could be called Talking Over Movies.
Talking over movies.
That's kind of fun. That's a good name.
And frustrating.
It's okay that you didn't know what that was.
It
Like,
makes the idea that I had to do it better.
well, yeah, it's fine that you didn't know what that was, but given how heavily involved you are with science fiction in every aspect of the industry, it blows me away that you hadn't even at least heard of it.
Yeah, because like I
Because
stay
it's
pretty
He's been
isolated.
busy
iconic.
fighting in Space
it's
Force.
so iconic. Like, yeah.
He's been in Space Force. He hasn't been on Earth.
Totally.
My God, dude. That's how I missed it. I
stayed-
lived in Europe. I missed American Idol. He lived in space and
There
missed
we go.
Mystery Science.
Wait,
Yeah.
so when you miss, I want to jump into this. You miss American Idol when you're in Europe. Does that mean when you met? So for people that don't know, you're friends with Randy Jackson.
I have a company. He's like,
You started as friends and then it evolved into a business
I
partnership.
started as friends and became a romantic relationship.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it is.
I'm making a
It's
documentary
exactly
about it at
right.
this
It's a
point.
platonic romantic relationship.
Yeah, he's
when
the
you go
best.
into business with someone, it
Yeah.
is like you married them.
Yeah, he's the greatest.
But so you missed American Idol because you were living overseas
In Europe, yeah.
When you met him, did you realize who you were
To
meeting?
be honest, I was going to have my first meeting with him because he liked an artist I was working with, and I was like, "Why am I going to meet this dude? Like some reality show dude." I didn't have any idea how big it was, or like kind of what his rep was, or how smart and accomplished he. All I knew was that it was a reality show that I hadn't
Right.
watched.
That's very similar to how I met Kyle.
And then it took me like 4 seconds to be like, "Oh my God!" Like he picked up a bass in the session, started
Yeah.
playing. I was like, "Oh, he's pretty good at bass." Let me check his credits. And you're just like, "Holy,
This
fuck."
motherfucker is
He played
stacked
on
up.
everything.
Well, and a lot of people don't know too that like he's written books.
Yep.
Like the dude's like he's actually an authority on the subject in the session and music
Oh, dude,
education world. Like,
he also has
yeah.
the biggest line of eyewear in Costco. And,
Oh, I didn't know
and has
that.
a dog and cat food company called Yo Dog and Yo Cat.
that's amazing.
And works with Colgate and Dell. He's
You
like
know,
a
I will
crazy
say that
entrepreneur.
Randy Jackson has given me my favorite response to anyone ever, which is I use routinely now, which is, yeah, that's a no for me, dog. Like, I say that almost daily whenever someone asks me for something. I'm like, I usually just find a GIF and I just reply with that, and I'm like, there you go.
It's
love
amazing
it.
to watch. You know, he literally is one of those people you just have him in the room and everyone's in a good mood from it.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Meetings
Seems like
just
it.
go well. Everyone's just like happy to
That's
hang out
great.
and talk to
I
him.
love that.
And he's just so you walk into the worst situation in the world with him and you leave going like,
You're
it'll
like,
be
that
okay.
wasn't so bad.
We'll figure it out. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, it's been very valuable for me. He's been the strongest mentor I've had.
That's amazing.
That's great.
Ooh, is that me? Wow, I thought this was off. Fuck my phone.
It's okay.
Yeah, my phone loves to make a lot of noises during these podcasts.
So I noticed that, like, for a while you were like pretty into like your phone cases, and now you are just going caseless. Is that because you've just given up hope because you think your phone's a piece
Free
of shit now?
balling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
it's like,
like
whatever.
because I know I'm gonna get the 10SX Max bullshit
This
soon. Yeah, that one. I was just like YOLO.
Dude,
Yeah.
I have that one, and literally, like, are we allowed to say literally on the show?
Say whatever you want, man.
I hate myself for saying it. My phone keeps getting taken over by Siri, and then I can only communicate with Siri, and Siri does not want to help me with anything. So my
really?
screen just goes black, and all of a
Oh.
sudden, it's just like, I'm like, turn off Siri. It's like, you have to unlock your phone to do that, and I can't. It's like literally 2010: A Space Odyssey,
bitch.
and
Yeah.
Hal is just fucking me in the ass.
Oh my god,
And
that's
it'll go
really
on for
frustrating.
hours.
That's frustrating.
And people can call me, but I can't call out. So I mean, I'm gonna get a new phone.
Yeah, I think
That's
you
the
should.
moral
I
of that
I
story.
think you should keep that phone.
Keep it.
Yeah, keep it. And I think that handicap makes you on an equal playing field with everyone else.
Okay, I'll think about that next time. I'm like trying to get somewhere and I can't even get maps to come up.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's how I didn't learn the area.
That would be interesting. I literally, I think I was born with the opposite of a good sense of direction.
Yeah, me too.
Like if I'm supposed to go to the right, I'm going to the
So
left.
what happens
I'm the
when
same way, yeah.
when Godzilla comes from the ocean?
You run away from the ocean.
You're gonna come here,
No. Well, I mean,
maybe.
well, that was my plan during the fires. I was going to just, if the fires came to Marina Del Rey, I was going to walk to the beach. Hashtag beach don't burn.
That's fair.
That was
That's
my plan.
amazing.
I felt pretty safe in that whole situation.
That's great.
But if Godzilla comes and the fires happen,
You're fucked.
I don't know what the fuck. I'm running
oh,
sideways.
shit,
I'm running
yeah.
up the coast towards Malibu.
See, that's why I'm glad that I live on this side of the hill. Matt and I talk about this.
Yeah, we have this argument a lot because I say I'd rather be by the water, commandeer someone's boat, and go be Jack Sparrow.
Oh, dude, I want to be at ground zero. I want a yacht to crash through my apartment and kill me instantly. I'm not one
Yeah.
of those people who's like, how long can I survive? I'm like,
And
wipe
you're like-
me out on the initial hit.
no,
I volunteer to shoot
definitely,
you,
I'm
yeah.
definitely John Locke.
Okay.
In the situation,
You guys be John
See,
Locke.
I'm glad that I can actually not be trapped because what if there's so many like natural disaster situations to where escaping by water is
Yep.
not an option. And so then you're just landlocked and you're trapped on that side of the hill and then you have to go through one of the densest metropolitan areas
But
in
what,
the
what
world.
situation could you not just get in a kayak and paddle out around the side of Malibu? That's my escape plan.
I guess, yeah, I mean, but like, what if there's like an earthquake? Like, you're not going to kayak through like a seismic rift coming up through water
You-
like
look,
that. Like,
did you not see when the tsunami happened, the big one on Fuck It? There were people just kayaking over the wave.
Oh, my
It was
God.
like nice. It was relaxing.
those people have way more in them than I
No,
apparently
they
have
didn't
in
even
me.
know. They were like, "Oh, a wave!" Like, it
Oh,
wasn't-
they're just like, oh shit.
they
like,
didn't even notice. They're just
Gotcha.
like boats are being thrown through buildings, and they're like, "Oh, that was kind of fun."
like, those guys need to get their fucking life together. Like,
yeah, exactly. And
that's
they just
crazy.
Continued paddling along because when you're out there, the wave is only huge when it's hitting land. When you're out there, it was just
Oh, yeah.
a rise and a dip.
Well, have
makes
you ever
sense.
seen A Perfect Storm?
Dude, I love movies where everyone dies at the end a lot.
Yeah, same. What about when half the people die, like in Avengers:
That's
Infinity
okay.
War?
I like it half as much. But they're already. I just saw Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
I keep calling it Miss Marvel, and people are like, it's not Miss Marvel. It's
Miss
Captain
Marvel is
Marvel.
Mavis.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh, girls can fight
Miss
planes.
Marvel
and she
is a
lasers.
character.
Yeah, but it's her. But they had to change it because it's all about women empowerment.
No, Miss Marvel is like her disciple, right?
no.
oh, Marvel.
No,
Marvel.
no. Captain Marvel's disciple is Miss Marvel.
Oh, but that is not in the MCU yet. though.
No.
Oh,
no,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
I'm thinking the comic books.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's not just some like we can do everything. Stance.
no.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
no, Carol Danvers.
dick.
It's- yeah.
No, we are certified Marvel experts.
I believe it. I know that already. Yeah.
Not certified.
I'm certified. How dare you?
Where did you certify yourself?
What
How much
accreditation
did you
board
pay?
did you
Yeah,
go
exactly.
through?
Ripped
Yeah.
you off, bro.
Yeah. What chiropractic school did you go to get this degree?
Mark Marvel gave it to
Mark
him.
Marvel.
Professor Marston and the Wonder Woman.
Yep.
I didn't like the Wonder Woman movie. Maybe I'm a sexist. I don't
I
know.
think you're a sexist.
I might be. I'm sexy.
Yeah,
the
that's
same
true.
kind of thing.
Sexy.
No, you're not sexist. You love your girlfriend.
I love her very much.
Yeah.
That's like being like I'm not racist. I have friends that are.
I'm not racist. My neighbor's a fucking gook. Like,
Gook, I haven't heard that in a long time. Is there like white power podcast?
no, it's not. No, it's
We just
not.
have no boundaries, and we believe in free and open speech, and that you should understand that when we're joking, we're joking. When we're serious, we're serious.
Yeah.
I think that's a big problem that America has right now.
It sure is.
Yeah, you should know that like the more serious we get, the less offensive we get.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
absolutely.
I'll
Like,
try to
that's
adjust to the
scale.
curve.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll try. I'm probably not very good at that, but
But wait. So we want your opinion as not a Marvel enthusiast.
I'm a Marvel enthusiast.
No, but you don't like live and die and breathe it.
Not well. I mean, I'd say I'm way above average informationally,
Yes. So
but
what would you think of Captain Marvel?
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really, really fun. Did you guys see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Okay,
got
I
together.
thought it was
we did
really
podcasts on it
fun.
already. It comes out Friday.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Did you finish
really,
editing it?
No, so
You're a
I'm
loser.
interested what you guys thought because I liked the last Avengers movie like a lot. I
Yeah, me
thought that
too.
was great,
Loved
and then
Endgame.
I thought
Or
this was like
Infinity War.
I thought this was cool. I didn't feel like I was being beat over the head with anything. It was fun,
I thought it was enjoyable,
enjoyable. Yeah.
but not nearly to the caliber that it should have been.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely higher caliber than a lot of other movies, I
Yeah.
would say, especially in the comic world
Like,
and even in
like
the
let's
MCU.
put it this way: it's better than any non-Marvel movie, but it's at the lower end of the MCU movies for me.
Okay.
I think the overall production and
So better than Suicide Squad.
Yes,
only
Yeah.
only a little bit.
Yeah.
But Suicide Squad's objectively better than the Hulk.
Which Hulk? I like the Edward Norton Hulk.
No.
We're
When was
talking
the
about
last time
the
you
other
watched it?
One that came out in the theater.
Like 10 years ago in 2008. So I think that you
Yeah.
just have a memory
Okay.
because we just watched it on a podcast.
Yeah.
And
Well, it was a breath of fresh air coming off the heels of the shitty Eric Bana,
Yes.
Eric
Yeah.
Bana one.
Yeah.
So,
That
that's
was
the
bad.
that's the feeling you're left with.
Yeah.
But now, after having seen everything that Marvel's done for 10 years,
It's so bad.
go back and watch it, and you're like, oh, this
It's
is rough.
dog shit.
It's
It just
rough.
wasn't all the way dog shit.
No,
so-
yeah.
No, it might be all the way dog shit. And,
But it
and
wasn't
the-
dog diarrhea.
Right.
No,
exactly.
yeah.
So it's a
The
step
Eric
above
Banner
shit.
one was like AIDS.
Okay.
Yeah, this is just
It's just a funny subject.
this is just HIV. It's not full blown AIDS. Yeah. Yeah, the Edward Norton Hulk's just HIV. It's not
Yeah,
But
full-blown
somehow
AIDS.
the Dolph Lundgren Punisher is still an amazing movie.
That's a
Right?
great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Dude,
fucking good movie.
I love the
It was just
Punisher.
the cadence and the cinematography of the Hulk was just not.
Oh,
like, it
I've
was
got
horrible.
something funny to add about the Punisher. So I went to school with John Bernthal, who plays the Punisher in the new movies.
Yep.
And we were in wrestling class in 8th grade, and I put his head between my knees, and I dropped my butt and slammed his face into my heels and smashed his nose.
Oh,
and he got
man.
up sobbing. Sorry, John, if you're listening. And so
you
I feel
broke
like
the Punisher's
I
nose.
beat the fuck out of the Punisher.
So-
and I feel
Right.
like he owes his career to me now. So and he lives in Venice, so we're gonna run
Do you
into
know
each
him?
other. Yeah, really well. I went to school with him for 8 years.
And you still are friends with him?
We talk on Facebook, like, hey, how are you? We should
I
get
think
together.
that we should do a videoed scene. Nerds on Coffee will pay for it of him in his Punisher outfit fighting you today.
Again,
Yeah.
rematch. He's
yeah,
going to win.
rematch 10 years later.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll let
okay.
that shoulder heal though.
Yeah, exactly. I could do like a whole promo thing where I'm like, look, bitch, you got away the first time. And now they canceled your fucking show. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Oh my
I got
god.
dirt to throw.
Has anyone
He's a great
ever
guy, though.
seen the lesser known Punisher Warzone?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over the top violence
Yeah.
and like action. Almost
I don't think I've seen that
The one after Dolph
There wasn't
Lundgren
a-
when they did it, like,
Yeah.
what's
when
his
that
face?
when
Was-
that came out, there's like a Green Lantern that came out also, right around that time.
Oh, yeah,
frame.
that was
yeah.
supposed to be god awful.
No,
It's a
not
disaster.
the Ryan Reynolds one. Wasn't there one before Ryan Reynolds?
I don't think so. I think Ryan Reynolds was the first Green
No, I
Lantern.
thought there was a Green Lantern before that because I remember when I was a kid, Cheerios like had like Green Lantern rings as
Maybe
like
in the
toy in the
70s.
bottom.
Or maybe it was one of those weird, like,
I'm not that
live
old.
action
I think
ones.
it was like 90s. I'm
Yeah,
a
who
90s
knows?
kid.
maybe you were looking backwards.
I think you were born what 79?
75.
Well,
75. Dude, it gets weird. when you
my
have to
sister
start
was born in
scrolling-
79, so I-
when you
That's
have to
not
start
true.
scrolling back to say your age,
The age.
and all of a sudden you have to actually just like fling it. To get to your
Yeah,
age, it's like, whoa.
when you've gotten to the fling it age,
Yeah, it's, the
You're just like
fling it
filling
age.
out shit on your phone. They're like, "Well, year were you born?" And you're like, "My thumb's tired."
Yeah,
like
exactly.
You're at the thumb, like my thumb's pretty tired.
I'm having a
point.
full midlife crisis.
So what? I want to know. Bring it back to being serious for a sec. At what point in your career did you decide that you wanted to be on the business creation side rather than the artist creation side?
I'd say it. Well, I'm on both, really. You know, I still manage acts and I still put together sessions, and I'm still.
But you're not.
doing
You're not in the room
I'm not making-
producing. Right.
Dude.
So what was that? When was that?
Quite
transition?
honestly, I mean, after developing 6 acts, signing 5 to major labels, and failing spectacularly with each of them, probably some through my own fault and some through just like the fact that I stepped in the music industry in 2003 as the floor fell out. I just, at a certain point, I was like, dude, I cannot keep putting like hundreds of thousands of dollars and years into something, handing it to these people, and then having them just like argue about what the single is, decide we don't have a single, then like throw a single out there, be like, it's not reacting, and all those years and all that money and all these broken hearts and these dreams. And after the last one of those, I was just like, you know what, I'm done with music. I'm going to move home and just have a normal
So when
life.
did this happen?
Like a year and a half ago.
And then, so you.
I had a project on Interscope that I was working on forever.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah,
That's like right when we met.
Yeah, and it devastated me because I was just like, because you
That
know
was
you
the
just
girl,
put,
right?
and you put
Yeah.
so much time into doing these things and so much love and care, and then some company just takes it and takes a shit on it, and like you can't do anything about it, and the person that signed you is not there anymore, and no one cares, and you're just like, and the people in the building don't even know the record you worked on for 3 years every day and night exists and is coming out, and their attention has focused on something else, and you know it's just a flawed system deeply. So at that point I was like, well, Riptide, you know, I signed a publishing deal with Universal for quite a large sum of money in like 2007, and
That's when you left Riptide as an artist and moved to.
but Riptide kept 10 songs.
Right. I've talked to Rich about this.
Yeah, and Riptide made me almost as much money with those 10 songs placing than I did from like my entire catalog. Like Riptide was getting me placements and checks, and Universal didn't set up a session or get a placement or fucking anything. And so when I was about to leave the city, I was like, I'll just go talk to them and see what they're up to. Because I was just like,
So you're one step out already.
Oh, I was 10 steps out. I was just like, I'm done with this shit. Fuck it. I'm gonna figure something out.
But you still had a lease.
A lease on a car?
No, on your home.
A lease
At Marina.
no. I was living in a guest room. I literally lost everything I had and then went like mega into debt. And it's only because some people that I'd been good to through the years stepped in and were like, you're not going home. Like I'd been working with Junkie XL, who, you know, is a film composer that did Mad Max and Deadpool.
Yeah, it's one of your best friends.
He's like my dad, dude. And he's like the dad, he would be pissed. He's like my best friend.
He's like
brother.
a cool lacrosse coach.
He gave me my
He's like
first.
did you watch Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse?
Yeah, of course.
He's like the uncle that was like the villain.
No, he gave me my career. He like gave me.
No, for sure.
He had me produce music for Forza, the first one, and Need for Speed and Burnout. And like when we moved here,
awesome.
like looked out for me and gave me my songwriting career. Like I wouldn't have a career
is he
if
a
it
good
wasn't for him.
cook?
Are you asking that? Because he is the greatest cook on the world. Like he's pretty much one of the most incredible people. But like relationships like that just stepped in and were like. They went into Riptide, like numerous people came into Riptide and were like, if Lucas is here, we'll work with your company. And they were like, yeah, well, cool. We want these relationships. So I really owe everything I've got to the kindness of others, hopefully because I've done well enough for them that they felt that kind of loyalty. So I guess
amazing.
it's serious, but yeah, I mean,
No,
I'm the
that-
luckiest dude
we
on earth.
love a good like heartbeat. You know, like we don't
Yeah.
want to be flatlining and we don't want to be like dying of a heart attack.
Yeah.
We want a good like beep.
Well, yeah.
Beep.
Yep. So that's how that happened.
That's
It's
great, man.
very, very.
Yeah, because I
lucky.
remember the first time that you talked to me about Junkie XL, and I've been following him for a while because I think our listeners know, and I think you both know that like when I'm not in work mode, I listen to movie scores pretty much exclusively. That's just like kind of the music that I'm into. So I was very familiar. And the first time we talked about him, you didn't really talk about his music at all. You talked about how good the food was that he cooked.
Yeah,
And so
no.
that's
He'll
how-
course like a 15-course meal. And
yeah,
I mean
that's
it's-
how you know that you're close with someone, right? It's
Right,
like
right.
it's not about the cool stuff that they do. It's about, dude, you gotta try the
It's
steak.
like,
Well,
oh,
we
man,
we met in Amsterdam when he had just done the Little Less Conversation remix.
Oh,
I met
nice.
him 2
Cool.
months before that came out, and that changed his whole shit. And then he was like, "Lukey, we're moving to L.A.," and I was like, "I'm not going back to America." But he was like, "We can make this happen." And he was like, "I'm going to be a film composer," and I was like, "Good luck with that, bro." That seemed like so foreign. to
Wow,
me.
yeah.
And then now
And then
he's
he
one
did
of,
it.
He's one of the biggest. Yeah, he did. He just
Well,
did
he got in
Alita
with Hans,
Mortal
and
Engine.
Hans really gave him that shot.
Yep.
And now,
Batman and
that's
Superman.
amazing.
Yeah,
Batman
make-
versus Superman. That's
Did
where
he did Mortal Engines.
he did Mortal Engines.
Yeah.
He did Alita. He did.
That's awesome.
He has a lot of shit. coming out.
the score on Mortal Engines is literally the only thing that's worth anything.
Yeah, it's not worth watching. I haven't seen it.
And that's really bad.
I haven't seen it
The
either.
so visually, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Sound amazing, like
Yeah.
Junkie Killed. The story is so horrifically bad.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh
like
my-
the screenwriting.
What about Alita? Did you see it?
I loved it.
Yeah, a lot of people loved it.
I loved it. I loved it.
I
thought
went
it
to
was
go
great.
see it, and I hope he's not listening. I went to go see it, and the projector broke about 20 minutes
No
in.
way.
And I sat there for
man.
a half an hour waiting for them to put it back on.
And they
and,
didn't.
and they were like, "Sorry," and I left. So
Did they
I
give
made
you a
it.
refund?
I got a refund and another free ticket.
There you
Go
go.
straight.
So I went to see Captain Marvel.
That's great,
Oh,
man. There we
That's how that
go.
But
happened.
Tom, I gave my money to your movie, so
Yeah, we love you, Tom.
that's funny.
So that's really, really tight. So when for people that don't know, when I like try to call you during the day, your schedule on any given day is like maybe 80 phone calls. How do you deal with that?
Lots of coffee. That's where the coffee portion comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's really nuts. It's interesting because up till a year ago, I was a songwriter producer, and that's what I identified as, and that's what I knew I was. And I got to do a lot of really cool things and write for a lot of cool artists that I idolized growing up. But I wasn't as good as a lot of the kids around me that were like really focused on melody and how it would work. But I was really interested in the human relationships, and I was really interested in the connections. So in the past year and a half, I've really just focused on introducing people that have creative ideas to people that will finance those creative ideas.
Gotcha.
And that's kind of led me into almost being like a VC incubator.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like and it's been, I love it because I get to talk to incredibly fascinating, successful people and introduce them to artists that have ideas but don't know how to get it started, and build a deck around their idea and really push it out in the world and find a way to get
You're
it
saying
going.
you shifted a little bit more into like project management.
1,000%.
Yeah,
That's all I
right.
do. So that's
He's more of like a brand ambassador, even.
yeah. For some
Like, he
things, well,
finds
the
cool-
void.
That's what I was leading right into that. So I want to, and you're gonna have to bring both of us for this promo that we're about to give.
Okay.
But Lucas has a way of becoming friends with really cool people and then creating a value that that person didn't even realize he needed. And I think the best example of that is what you did with the Void. And the Void is something that you're going to find super tight. It's basically...
There's nothing tighter.
There's nothing tighter. If it's in Santa Monica, we'll go.
Okay.
Actually, yeah.
There's one in Glendale.
Yeah, there's one in
in
Glendale.
Santa Monica. There's 17 of them.
Have you seen the IMAX VR experience hubs?
Yeah, I think so.
This is
I know what
Ready
you're talking
Player
about.
One here today. And
Yeah.
you put on a vest and you
That's
put on a helmet.
nuts.
And
So you put on a
walk.
sub pack with a vest.
Yeah.
And then you put on a headgear, and then you hold like a gun thing, and then when you
Well, you
put
don't
the-
hold a gun. You walk into a room where there is a Star Wars
Right,
blaster,
right,
and then
right.
when you pick it up,
And you're
it's
just
in
like-
your hand, and your hands are tracked,
And
so
you're
you
just like,
see your
"Oh my
hands and your
God."
fingers.
It's
and
the
like,
coolest shit ever.
you
You
can-
fight Darth Vader.
You fight Darth
Oh,
Vader.
shit.
When you shoot the gun, it kicks. You feel the heat off things. Like when Darth Vader shows up, initially you have a
You're
he's
like
here.
oh my God, I'm going to shit my pants.
A little bit.
Like-
You're there. Your brain
Dude.
very quickly goes from being like, this is virtual reality to I'm in this reality, because wherever you're moving, you're not tethered to anything. And they have a Ghostbusters experience, a Star Wars experience, a Wreck-It Ralph experience, and Nicodemus, which is a horror experience.
Yeah, I haven't done Nicodemus yet. I've
Oh,
done
I got
Wreck-It
it.
Ralph and
gotta take you.
Star Wars,
Yeah,
and
let's
they
go.
are the greatest things ever. What we should do, which would be super tight, and you should talk to them,
Yep.
we should do an episode live from the Void.
Let's go.
So what we'll do is we'll get a little like a what's it called?
Like a Zoom or a handheld or something.
No. Like we'll do the mobile setup, right here, easy, and then we'll take the GoPro, strap it onto our helmet, get the video feed that they do already for the Wreck-It Ralph one,
Yep.
and then we'll just record audio right after the experience. We can get that moment, and then we'll take all that video and put it together and create like a cool promo video.
And the real
yeah.
nutty thing about it is when you realize that this is Pong. This is the very beginning of this technology.
Oh,
and that
yeah.
literally in 5 years from now, I'm not exaggerating, 5 years from now, you will be able to walk out on stage with the Beatles, pick up a guitar, and play a show as a guitarist from the Beatles.
That's
and
crazy.
be there. And actually be there. And sense it and react with it and have the world react to you. It's just unbelievable. I don't even know how
nuts.
they do that shit. It's so detailed. It's the beginning. So there are little glitches. I'm not saying it's a perfect experience,
sure.
but it's a holy shit. And you cannot it's the one experience I've ever found that I cannot hype up enough.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. If we're going to a movie, oh shit, it's the shit. It will suck because you'll be expecting this thing.
Right.
No matter how much I talk this up to you, it will still blow
It's still
your
just like
fucking
nothing
mind.
you've ever experienced. Like,
Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, jaded people walk out like children from it.
man.
And I can, by the way, I can go with you all if you want to take your girl on date night and just surprise her. I can set everyone
No,
up.
you need to come with
I
your girl.
love to do it.
Dude,
I'd love to
I'm
do it.
super down.
I've done it over 100 times.
Yeah,
now.
I know.
How
His
long
scores are
is
crazy.
like one?
15?
Like 15
15
minutes.
minutes.
So we could do all four of them in one
Yeah,
night.
yeah,
if we
yeah.
want.
They
Just
only
like-
set up 2 at a time. So
Okay.
depending on if we want to do the horror one, which is very
I want to do Star Wars and horror.
Star Wars
Like,
and horror. That's
Yeah.
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Okay.
So let's do it.
I'll set it up this
I'm
weekend.
so
Yeah,
down.
let's do Saturday.
It's so dope.
Yo, Skella's playing at the Roxy this weekend.
Oh, sick.
So maybe
sick.
maybe we do this and then head to the Roxy together.
Cool. That sounds like a great plan.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I'll play the show by ear, but I definitely want to do the Void.
Yeah, I'm always
Wow,
having
you
trouble
want to
committing.
play the show by ear? Look at this
I always
fucker.
play. I'm with you. I play shows by ear. Evenings
I'm
are
gonna-
valuable.
I'm gonna
100%.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
find out in like 2 weeks
People
that
and drinking
both of you are
and-
gonna be unavailable. I'm gonna come over one day and you're just gonna be like Red Dead VR at his house. I'm gonna be like, this is where you are.
For sure.
We
You're
should
gonna
be
come
listening
in
to Lamb of
eating
God
ice
playing
cream,
video
yeah.
games.
Bro,
Yeah.
he bought a second TV just to have 2 monitors for Red Dead, like a second 55
I
inch
love it.
TV.
It's
on the
so
wall,
great.
yeah.
Do you follow? Are you part of the Red Dead subreddit? Like I'm
I
sure
have
you.
not even gone online. I've done nothing but play it because I didn't want to read anything or see anything
Oh,
until I'm
yeah,
actually
yeah.
done. And I literally like played religiously up to the point where like what happened? Christmas happened, and everyone finished but me. And like I was
And then
like,
you got
what?
performance anxiety.
I just fucking like
shit,
I got
man.
too busy. I got too and I don't like it. I hate it when people say busy because obviously we make time for what matters, but
Yeah.
Like this
that
podcast.
matters to me. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's like
Well,
I
if
got to
it's-
finish Red Dead. Like I'm going
Yeah.
home to do it. I just lost.
You
track.
just have to tell Nikkei to shut off your phone and just go.
Yeah,
finish
she's
it.
got to stop booking me. I told her it was like 6 hours a day maximum book me because it spills over.
Nikkei
Oh, yeah.
is his
That's my
assistant, who is objectively amazing.
Yeah, she's really helped me. I couldn't operate without her.
That's awesome.
And what's so nuts is like I put everyone through my assistant to schedule because it's blocked from like 8 till 11 o'clock every night. And I have so many friends that are like, oh, really? You're going to just pass me to your assistant? Like I'm being a dick or trying to be fancy.
Right,
It sounds like I'm trying to be fancy. I know it does.
Right.
It feels pretentious.
I
I don't think so. I don't think so at all.
I actually disagree with that because when you did that to me, your exact explanation was like, hey, if you're texting me to hang out, like text me. If you're texting me because we need to meet for one of your artists, please go through Nikkei. And I
Yeah.
think that's totally reasonable.
Right. Well, it's the only like what you're basically saying is like, look, like
I'm gonna miss the appointment if you go through
Yeah.
me.
I figured
I
out a
will-
way
exactly,
to
I'll
like
fucking-
manage my life to where I can make sure to get to everything that I know I need to get
Which
to.
is let someone else
And
manage
it's-
it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like this is a way to make sure that I can prioritize you because I'm not equipped to manage my own schedule.
Exactly.
Like, and I think it's 100% that. It's no more, no less. And like, and it does bother me whenever people just like they kind of have that thing, and I'm just like,
But I get back like super quick and I'll be like, I'm
Yeah.
super excited and I'm like very present. But just in terms of time management, I need someone being like, you got to leave now. You got to be here now. This is what you're
Oh,
talking on the phone about.
100%.
I'm like,
So you're
I-
submissive, you're saying?
Yeah. I'm ready to be submissive.
I think if you do more than 2 things in a row on any given day, you need to have someone coming in and helping you schedule it. Like,
Do you know how many things I do? in a
that's
day?
no, that's what I'm saying. That's me. Like this.
You need an assistant.
No,
You
like,
have an
I haven't-
assistant.
we
Yeah, Joyce is
all
amazing.
benefit from this
Yeah,
situation.
Joyce
we're talking
also
about.
executive produces this podcast for us.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's amazing.
Uh,
She makes sure all the bells and whistles happen. We record, he edits it, hands it off to her. We're done.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah,
Please
it's great.
give her a note to take out any racial slurs.
No, actually, I'm gonna tell her right now, like Joyce, when you're listening to this, please make sure all racial slurs are
Turned up and
are
loud.
turned
And just
up.
Lucas with a reverb delay.
Yeah,
Yep,
like
100%.
just please mute me and Kyle
Yeah.
for those areas.
Yeah.
love it. Only use those for promo.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you play any instruments?
I play every instrument enough to figure my
Can
way
you
around.
play a guitar?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, can we try?
Sure.
Oh, hand him a guitar.
Well, what one do you want?
I don't know. Hand me a guitar.
Hal, let's. Do
I
this,
haven't played guitar in many
Let's
years.
do this.
but-
Let's do this nice early '90s Paul Reed Smith custom.
Okay.
So right now, Kyle's handing him a black-backed red front guitar. It really clashes with his orange jumpsuit, but like I'll let it go.
I have no pick even here.
Oh, there you go.
Actually, I don't want one.
The guitar's not the most in tune.
No, this is fun.
Being in tune is overrated.
Yeah,
You ever listen to Misfits?
yeah.
I do love watching my friends play instruments when I've never seen them play instruments. It's cool. I love
Playing
it.
medieval music for you. Ooh, out of tune. That's so bad.
That's all right, man. Have you ever heard the Misfits?
Yeah. Are you a Dillinger Escape Plan fan?
Love Dillinger Escape Plan. I turned 30 in July, and so like for my age bracket, that was like my introduction into math metal
Oh, cool.
and like the
Yeah,
progressive scene and things like that. And so kind of coming up, and then like I took Dillinger and kind of ran with it and got into like Between the Buried and Me and like bands like that, and just
What's that?
they're just a progressive metal band. Between the Buried and Me actually they've kind of turned into like kind of
Right,
like
because you
kind of
love
like
the metal shit.
love it. Came up on it. Huge metal fan. Like I've done a lot of metal records. Like I love metal music.
Are you guys gonna make a metal record together?
I'm 100% in.
I'll call Ulrich when we leave here.
Oh, yeah.
And say we got to work with him. Ben was just out. He's in Suicidal Tendencies now. Did you know that?
Yes, I did.
Did you go see that
Saying
show?
That
No.
your friend's suicidal.
I didn't.
No, Ben Weinman is a dear. Ben Weinman was out here, and I put him
Oh, is
with
that a
hip hop
band named
producer.
Suicidal Tendencies?
Suicidal
Yeah,
Tendencies.
Suicidal
like
I
one of
thought
his-
you were saying that my friend Ben has suicidal
He
tendencies.
probably does at this point, but he's definitely.
I mean, we can't
in
disprove
suicidal.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's amazing.
That's either true or not true, but he's in suicidal
Oh,
tendencies.
that's really cool.
And he just was out here working with that hip hop kid from Winds of Plague that I was talking about. Morgoth
Oh, yeah.
Beats. Shout
Yeah.
out Morgoth.
That's
Great
what's
name,
up.
right? Morgoth
Yeah, I
Beats.
love it.
And it was cool because this kid, obviously he's a big metalhead, and I'm getting him riffs from Joe from Gojira, and
Yeah.
from Ben, and from Doyle.
Dude, I
To
love
make
that.
trap music.
I want to talk like off air just about this so much.
Yeah.
I'm just so into that.
Have you checked
world.
out like City Morgue and all these like Trap and Scarlord?
Yeah,
fucking
dude,
love
they're
this
putting
shit.
out some like pretty intense, like rivaling like people that have like lived in that world for a long time. You know, they're
yeah.
putting out really creative stuff.
I love it.
Dude, it's awesome. Well, I mean, I think Skrillex is a good example of someone who came from like a heavier music scene. Like he came from
Yep.
First to Last, right?
Yep, First to Last.
Yeah, and then
The
now
Warped
he's,
Tour scene.
he's
and now he tried to go back
massive.
to it. He did a song with them like 2 years ago.
Oh,
with,
yeah,
with
yeah.
John Feldman producing it again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hey,
Oh,
we
yeah.
bring me those cupcakes or just the box?
Yeah, you want one?
Yeah.
You want a cupcake?
I wish I could eat cupcakes. I'm not as hot as you guys.
Maybe that's because you eat too many cupcakes
I
and
eat
you're
too many
lying about it.
cupcakes.
Did you want one cupcake?
No, I desperately want one cupcake, but I am like
I
I went
have
to the
cupcake.
doctor, and the doctor was like, "You're fat. You need to lose weight." For the first
he
time.
really?
Yeah, pretty much.
What?
Yeah. Well,
Who's
they
this
were like,
doctor?
"Your cholesterol's high."
You need to look at him and just say,
how-
like,
how
I
strawberry?
defy you to
It
find
turns out that
another
eating a-
63-year-old patient of yours that looks like me. I defy
shouldn't have
you,
said that.
Dr.
Oh my God.
Dickface.
Can I tell you, just because we're telling stories? So I went to the doctor the first time in forever, and I had this young, pretty Asian lady who was 30, and I brought my girlfriend in to remember to say things, and we finished our whole thing, and she said, "Is there anything else you need?" And I said, "Yeah, I need you to check my nuts." And she went, your testicles? And I said, "Yeah." And she said, is something wrong with them? And I said, "Well, around Christmas, my girl was giving me a hand job, and she was like, you have a lump on the back of your left nut." And but then
and,
listen,
wait, and your girlfriend's in the room.
yeah, she's in the room.
And what did she say?
She's just sitting there, like, kind of looking at me. And I said, but then I busted a huge nut in her, and the lump went away and didn't hurt. But I still just think it would be prudent for us to check this out. And she was like, "Okay." So looking back at my girlfriend, I unzipped my pants, pulled my dick out, and said, "I'm sorry, babe." And well, this woman. So I kind of had a threesome with the doctor and my girlfriend. Is the point of this story?
Wait, did you really?
Kind of. I mean, technically, right? She was watching. She was holding my dick. We were all in the room together. Like, that happened. And then we left. We left, and I was really like, "Oh, I'm so cool. Like, everyone loves me." And my girl was like, "You just make people really uncomfortable." I think she's wrong. Dr. Hahn, if you're out there listening, 310-466.
So you got a Han job.
Yeah. Mic drop. That's it. Thank you. Thank you for listening.
Oh my god.
funny,
Oh my god.
Did you walk out with just like sporting just like a raging semi and you were just like
At this age, it's more like a raging something. I don't know what
like
it
a
is
raging
anymore.
like raging
You
3/9?
can't rage anymore at 43. You're kind of like, you're like, maybe it's going to happen. It's definitely not going to happen like it used to.
This is a favorite thing. This is my favorite thing so far I've ever heard. Like I love that.
We want more stories. What else?
Oh, God, man.
What-
Ask a question.
What?
Who else have you forced to touch your
Yeah.
dick?
Oh, man. Shit.
Let's not pull that right in.
I was on a business chain the other day where someone wrote, "I'm so excited to get to work," with like a bunch of big players, and someone else wrote, "Me too," and I wrote #Me too, and the whole chain stopped. Like it just ended.
Dude, I'm that person too.
You gotta be
like
that
I'm
person.
100%.
You owe it to yourself.
I can't take anything seriously and just oh
Dude.
my gosh.
I had-
And people who can't see the light and things like that are just like squares.
I
You
was
know?
on a email chain yesterday with some pretty powerful financial people, and I'm sorry to be so aloof and sound like I think I'm fancy, but I'm just not trying to use names.
No.
And
That's the point of the
They
podcast.
great,
wrote,
yeah.
they wrote, "Please allow us to poop you in with so and so," because it autocorrected loop to poop.
Right.
So now the whole joke with me and these people is like no poop and like poop emojis,
That's amazing.
and they're like all like 60-year-old like Wall Street
they
people.
probably just think it's hilarious.
They think it's hysterical.
Yeah,
They
that's great.
love it, and they're going to the Void with me this weekend.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
So we're gonna go with them.
we should go with them.
You should go with them, and I'll be like, "Yo, you pooped your pants."
Yeah, you can bring it up instantly. You just walk in and fart and shit your pants and be like, be like, "What's up? What happens in the void stays in the void, bro."
Be like, "I'll just try and bring the email to life, bro."
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh my god, it's fucking amazing. So tell us a little bit about like what your day to day looks like right now. So
Right.
we talked about you have all these businesses.
It sounds
you're doing
like
stuff with Riptide, you're doing stuff with Randy Jackson. I know Riptide's a priority.
Riptide's
And-
priority.
Why don't you kind of like just walk people through like what a day looks like?
A day looks like talking to creative people, helping them flesh out their ideas of what they want to actually accomplish, building a deck, which is like a comprehensive overview of what that idea is, and then finding finance for it. And so it's just, and it's so. I had a phone call with the manager the other day, and he answered, and I said, "Hey, how's it going?" And he said, "I'm just so busy." And I was like, "Yeah, bro, we're all busy here in LA." And he was like, "Yeah, but I have this, 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 and this." And I was like, "Yeah, you got 24 hours, so do I." Like,
Right.
and it's so obnoxious because then, of course, I just go on and on to my friends about how busy I am. But when strangers say
Right,
it, it's like
right.
so off-putting. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
No, I 100%, man.
So yeah, I have a phone call, email, or text for every 5 minutes of the day,
That's nuts.
which is annoying and frustrating. But I figure, while I'm still 53 and young, I should
Yep.
be hitting it hard as I can.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Because you only got like 10 more years.
Papa needs a speedboat.
Yeah,
Yep. a big loud American flag speedboat.
that's right.
So that's well. Matt asked me what my days are like, and then he got on the phone, which makes me feel small. Removed.
Yeah.
It's hurtful. It's belittling.
Yeah, man, you have a lump on your heart now.
Yeah, I was just trying to give.
He asked what my days are like, and then he got bored 4 seconds. I'm bored too.
No,
by
no,
myself.
no. I heart emailed me and I had to get back to them real quick, because I'm so busy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot. Yeah.
No. But that's really cool. I think what I wanted to kind
What's
of
really cool? You weren't listening to me.
that you take creatives.
Yeah, okay,
You
you heard-
help
oh,
them
you did
get
listen.
budgets.
Whoa.
And
I
then
did
you figure
listen.
out where to place them.
Yeah.
And then you help create the decks for
And
them.
then hope to God that they'll remember me and make sure that I get something out of it.
You have to understand, I'm just extremely good at.
Multitasking, like a woman.
Yeah, my brain can do one thing while inputting information from another.
That has been proven impossible, Matt. Unless
I
you're a
just-
cyborg.
Did I just do it?
Yeah, actually, you did. You just proved it. That brings up another topic.
I am a cyborg.
You guys do not believe that the Earth is round, do you?
No.
Okay, good.
Wait,
We're all flat earthers
No.
here, right?
yeah, we're
Okay.
both card carrying flat
Good.
earth.
Oh, so
Good.
I've been okay. Hold on. I had to drink a little bit of your water because I was about to choke.
That was my
But-
water.
Yeah, I know. I told you. So I want to save this for a little bit later, but I think it's a good time. The big reveal of this podcast for you is that
The Earth is
Lucas
flat.
is a flat earther.
Really?
Of course, dude. What, you think it's round? We're in a dome being experimented on.
You were right to keep this from me.
The truth of the matter is I watched, it's called Behind the Curve, or Ahead
Yeah.
of the Curve, and I got obsessed. So I ordered like all kinds of flat Earth gear and bumper
Right.
stickers, and I'm going to start
So
pushing in
Lucas
people's
is
faces.
exactly like you, right? So he
Yeah.
bought all this gear, and he's gonna just tell people that he thinks the Earth is flat for the social experiment of it.
That's my thing. I'm going to wear shirts that are
But he
like
doesn't
question
believe it.
everything.
That's amazing.
Dude, listen, I've sit in meetings and people, we live on the, it's a 12-year-old kid in me that just wants to say what people don't want me to say
Yeah,
and still
oh, yeah.
gets off of it at 43. So I have a big sign over my fireplace that says dolphins must die, right? And I have a tattoo on the back of my arm of a dolphin with a circle with a line through it.
Well, I mean, they are objectively fucking assholes.
Let's talk about it. And are
Yeah.
you aware that every year over 150,000 people are raped off the northern coast of America alone by dolphins?
Yeah,
Are you aware of that?
I am now.
The dolphin. Now it's kind of our fault because we do dress like sluts and go into the water, so we're kind of asking for it. But still, no means no, even for dolphin love.
That's right. Means
Yeah, means
Yeah.
But yeah,
Exactly.
so Lucas is not a real flat earther, but he does love it.
I'm a flat
That's,
earther.
you're masquerading as a flat earther.
I'm a flat earther that doesn't believe the Earth is flat.
for the greater
I joined
good.
Space Force 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I'll be deploying in 6 months from
So
now.
something that you
Love
have
it.
to understand, because I know you haven't listened to some of the other episodes. I would say
I've never listened to a podcast, not any podcast.
Episode
ever.
Fair.
Episode 7 of our podcast, we get deep into flat earthers.
Yeah.
And Kyle spends a good 15 minutes debating which type of person is worse, a flat earther or a Nazi.
I just got to say something. I took a spoon and I put an egg on the spoon, and I left that spoon with the egg on it over a night. And when I woke up, the egg was still on the spoon. Earth is flat. Earth is science.
Oh, man. You know, the funny thing is that those are exactly
Disprove it.
the types of
Disprove
things
it.
that people will actually bring up.
Exactly, because it's true.
Love it.
I love it. It's like science, bah.
Dude.
You know, all those millions of years.
Well, I love how committed you are to it.
Yeah.
Because that's just,
I'm very
dude, I love
committed
that.
to it. I don't, committed to the hilarity of it or committed to the actual fact.
But who do you,
I
who
do
do you
have
think
a
are
compass
crazier?
and a trapper keeper that I have proof in.
Who do you think's crazier, flat earthers or Nazis?
Flat earthers for sure. Nazis make sense.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
It's exactly what
Yeah.
I said.
It makes all the sense in the world. If it had worked, and like I'm Jewish and my
Yeah,
people
totally.
are all wiped out from it, but it's like it was a good idea.
Right. Right. For them, for that.
Well, I mean,
for
here's
them.
the thing. Like,
We're not saying the Holocaust was good.
No.
Anyone.
But you watch. Oh man, we got to clean up some of this. Because I have a lot of things going on right now. But
No,
you
we
know,
don't. On principle, we don't edit.
Some people probably watched Avengers and thought Thanos that monster, which they wanted you to think, and I thought,
Sure.
yeah, of course, it would be a much better existence if there were half the amount of life.
I actually
100%.
100% agree with
Yeah,
How could you not?
We need a new fucking plague. There's
How could
too
you?
many goddamn
Yeah, and
people
I'm on that
this planet.
list. I'm not like everyone else should die, not
Oh
me. I'm
yeah,
like,
for
sign
sure.
me up.
I'm not like a.
Well, you can't die. You got kids. You gotta
Yeah.
stay around.
Yeah,
You
I gotta
signed up.
leave. Damn, I really fucked myself. With
You
that one,
fucked
didn't I?
yourself on that, bro. You're stuck.
Dang it.
You gotta
All right.
you gotta do all kinds of operations, be a head in a jar.
Yeah,
You have to exist, Kyle.
yeah. I gotta be it. I gotta be it.
Me and Matt, it's like
Yeah, you guys
This
are
is
out. You don't have fucking like any
Doesn't matter.
responsibilities.
I have cum in a sock. It doesn't care if I live or die. You can use that.
Yeah.
So all right. So we've
Hashtag come in a sock.
established. I'm just reenacting episode 7. So we've established that flat earthers are worse. Now, who's worse from flat earthers?
Yeah.
Flat earthers or reptilian conspiracy theorists?
Well, that's true. So why would one be worse? Yo, watch
Yes!
this. Watch this. Hashtag proof.
So all right. So let me give you the background of that.
I had never heard of the reptilian conspiracy before he brought it up on air. Like I
Never. He had
had
never
never heard of it ever. And I'm not like really a conspiracy theorist, but there are also certain things that I think that you can apply like a reasonable amount of logic to and go, yeah, that's probably true, and no one's talking about it, you know. But I had never heard of this for whatever unknown reason. I had never heard of this before. It broke my brain to the point to where
Elvis was a reptilian shapeshifter.
yeah. So it literally pushed me to the point to where
You
then
spent
for the
an
next hour
where he just
we
researched on the
researched
air.
it on air, and the episode went off the rails hard. And
It was the best.
And did you
episode.
edit it?
No,
No,
definitely not.
absolutely
Put the whole
not.
thing up,
Whole
just like
fucking
that.
Of
thing.
course, yeah. That's
Oh,
how you
we
podcast.
routinely put up like 2+ hour episodes. But
Have you never listened to like the Joe Rogan Experience?
I've watched clips of the Joe Rogan.
Yeah,
Dude,
so
those
it's
are-
just a 3.5
those are like-
hour podcast of just conversation.
yeah,
Yeah,
at
but
least
they've
at
gotta
least.
edit
No.
some of it.
No, they
They don't
don't. They
edit
literally
anything.
don't. Like I was
Because they
listening
live
to.
stream it.
I was
and then they
listening to
just put
one
that
the
out.
other day. I was listening to the.
That's so scary to me because
Why?
I feel like I could wipe my entire career with one of the jokes that I make.
No. You have to understand that this is like what a podcast is for. People
Yeah,
know
it's not
that
about
you're-
like compounding evidence against you.
Yeah.
Like it's just we're just talking. It's like
Unless it goes viral and then you're known as that guy that said that thing.
No, people don't. I mean,
Yeah, but there's
things on
also,
Joe
like-
Rogan Experience get like millions of views and nobody.
they say some pretty aggressive
they say-
shit too.
they-
Like way
let's
aggressive.
Put it this
It's
way:
like,
if you say that everything you've said is PG compared to what people say on Joe Rogan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
and also the other side of that coin
It
is
sounds
too.
like a dude who's like, look, what I'm doing to you isn't really sexual. I'm a child. I'm like, oh, okay then. Sure. If it's just playing the skin flute, I'm open to it. It's not giving a blowjob or something.
well, you also have to take
That's
into
what my uncle said to me,
consideration.
Matt. You gotta rewind
Yeah,
it.
that's
That's a whole
amazing.
new can of worms.
This isn't even sexual. Just don't tell anyone.
There's also a whole other. There's one side of it which is there's always going to be someone that's going to push the line way more than you are. But then the other side is that no matter how safe and careful you're being, there's always going to be those fucking cocksuckers that will take whatever you say out of context because they want to use it to prove their own point, and they create problems where there are no problems.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't matter what you say. There's always going to be both sides of that. So just don't say anything that you don't want anyone to know. And then other than that,
But
We'll
I'm
just-
going to tell everyone something that Lucas doesn't want them to know, that he is a reptilian.
Shapeshifter.
Yeah.
I did it in front of you guys. So I guess I cleared up one thing on this show so far.
Yeah, now reptilians are real.
we now know.
Now you know.
What-
Unequivocal proof that there are reptilian shapeshifters among you and that they are what? Jewish.
Yeah, they are Jewish.
They are
We bring
Jewish.
so many fucking Jewish people onto the show.
It's called
We're
Jews
part
and
of the-
Coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a Jewish tribe. But I will
Yeah.
say that you brought one of the Jews.
That's true.
Yeah.
Own it, bro.
That's
Yeah.
true.
He-
I'm not
Kyle's
like I have a
Christian
problem with it. I'm just saying.
and a
like,
scientist. Not a Christian scientist.
Yeah,
He's a
that's also a
Christian
thing.
scientist.
Yeah, I'm scientific. I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious. No, yeah, it's right. I brought Kaylin on the show.
Yeah. One
A
of
woman?
Mm-hmm.
A woman on the show?
Yeah, they're allowed.
What did she talk about? Cooking?
No, she was actually on the most recent season of Big Brother.
Oh. My friend, I was just, is she hot? Just only,
Yeah,
is-
she's
Kaylin's really pretty. Yeah, she's super sweet. Way too good for you and your girlfriend and your Asian doctor, if that's what you're going for.
really, I was hoping I could make it into a full.
Making like a nice little brothel.
If that's what you're
'Cause
going
next
after.
year is prostate exam.
Yeah. She's way too good for your throuple around the medical fetish genre.
I do have something for the women that clean my teeth. To be honest,
Yeah?
there's something very sexy about
Interesting,
that.
like just being held down and having
They're
to
in
ram
there and
something
they're
in
just,
your
like,
mouth.
fucking
Yeah,
cramming and scraping, and I'm bleeding everywhere. It's like,
yeah. It doesn't feel right if there's not blood.
don't you just feel like we're just becoming invisible? Like Matt
We're
disappears
just
into the
second.
porthole
We're just
of
second to
technology?
whoever's in that screen right now.
It hurts. I'm not gonna lie.
What if he's like group texting and be like, "Guys, I just don't want to forget this moment. I really love you. Thanks for coming on the show."
That would be so nice.
I would
like a
throw my
picture of us
phone
that he
away
took.
if it was that.
It would make me feel awful
Would
about
you?
myself. He's probably not doing that. No, now he's doing that because you told him to do that.
Yeah, I'm doing that right
Nope.
now.
If I get a text message, I'm not going to respond to it.
Amazing. What does the G stand for in your hat?
It
Gangster?
stands for
Gout.
Well, as I said earlier, I think it stands for gook.
It stands for good.
No, it doesn't.
I love your
This is where we
your
lose
laugh
people.
Smile is like eerily similar to the Joker's.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
That's
like
what my
the
face
Joker.
does. You've seen my passport. I'm making that face in my
No
passport.
way. Are you allowed to?
No, you're not unless you walk into the office looking like a burn victim, which is what I did. I walked in making that face, and I held that face through the entire appointment.
I love the
With
commitment.
a girlfend elbowing me, being like, fucking stop it.
She's
It's not
like,
funny.
"Quit, man!" And you're like,
Here.
"You're gonna make me break character." Like,
Let me show you something. Where did I put? Here, at some point.
wait, what did you ask me a minute ago? Oh, the G on my hat stands for Homestead Grays. It's like one of the early African American baseball leagues in the 40s.
My dad did a documentary called Black Diamond about the.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like a big documentary.
Dude, yeah, Homestead Grays, man.
Oh, let me see. Stop. So what we're looking at is Lucas's Costco
I cannot
Visa card.
fucking
and he has
believe
his
that
That's
they
so
tongue
left-
funny. My passport looks like that almost.
I can't get past that. That's incredible. I've got to do that now.
Yeah.
Oh my
But
gosh.
dude, if you go to get your passport picture, don't do what I did because you'll regret it. Because every time I go through customs, I have to make that face
Okay.
as I get up there. So I'm like,
Oh, because
Wait, do you really?
Well, because you do the automated portal because
Stop.
because we're like e-passport holders as Americans, and so you don't really have
I
to
just
talk
have
to someone
global
until the
access, so I don't
end.
have to do anything.
that's how long
Yeah.
since I have left the country. I don't think I've left the country in 3 years
really.
or 2.
Oh,
Are you gonna be like 21 Savage? Where like
I
you leave the
wish.
Deport
country
you.
and then
I
they
hope
deport
I can
you?
be like 21 Savage.
You know they
That's great.
deported him.
Yeah, I know. Of
Yeah,
course, I saw
yeah.
that whole thing happen. That shit was fucking crazy.
You were a part of it, weren't you?
I was somewhat a part of it.
that's amazing.
What else? What,
Dude, David Burrier just texted.
Yeah,
while we're sitting here.
yeah. I was with him this morning. He said, "What up?"
That's so nuts.
What'd he
It's so
say?
crazy. He just said, "Hey, are you going to talk about your love for me on the podcast?"
Yeah, let's say we love David.
Yeah, David Burrier's the greatest guy ever.
Used
Don
to be-
Robertson might get.
We love those guys. Those are the homies. Don is at Sony Red. Gitter's at Sony Red. Burrier used to be the president of Red Bull Records, and now
cool.
is a manager at Street Smart Management.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, super tight.
Dude, the Red Bull headquarters is
So
so
tight.
tight.
Have you
I've
been
done,
there?
I've
Oh,
done
yeah.
some shoots
Do you
there. It's super
skateboard?
tight.
No, well, I mean, I'm 43 years old. Yeah,
But
when
did
I
you
was a kid-
skateboard?
When I was a kid, I tried to skateboard.
I could
badly.
never skateboard. Could you?
I did when I was younger. Yeah,
Yeah.
I could. Like I never.
What was younger for you? Like 5 years ago?
No, like before high school, like junior high. I
Oh,
never
tight.
graduated from like an ollie though.
I never graduated from being able to balance on it.
Well, there you go. Well, that's weird because you were like a soccer player when you were such an agile person.
But it's anything like single board. I was a great rollerblader.
How long
Oh,
have you
okay.
guys known each other for? You know the hardest thing about rollerblading, they say, is
yeah,
telling your family you're gay.
You're gay.
I played roller hockey.
Oh man, so you're just like knee deep in other people's dicks in your face.
Yeah, you love it.
That's amazing.
How long have we known each other?
Yeah.
Like 2 days, but we stayed at the Holiday Inn Express the other night.
And got quick through it.
Yeah.
Went deep quick.
Yeah.
No, I don't know, like 2 years now?
Yeah, a couple years.
Oh, so that was the story I was going to tell.
Oh.
So remember when at the beginning of the podcast, Lucas, you had said something along the lines of other people's credibility to like get in a room with someone, right?
Yes.
So I'm gonna give a Spark Notes version because I've told this before, but when I met Kyle,
Oh, do you just tell this because he'll think it's funny?
I think he's gonna think it's
Look,
fucking
I'm
hilarious.
multitasking as well right now.
So there was like some miscommunication when I met Kyle. So obviously I managed Logan Henderson, right?
Yep.
So Logan's family was looking for a guitarist for him and found Kyle and got some information on him. And Logan's mom gives me a buzz and goes, "Hey, I want you to meet this guitarist Kyle. He's in LA, and kind of get a vibe for if you think he's gonna be a good fit for Logan." And I was like, "Great. Like, what's his background?" And she goes, "Well, he's a church guitarist." And I was like, "Sure, I'll give it a go. I'll take the meeting."
Yeah, he's thinking what you're thinking right now.
Is that like I was like what do you mean you're a church guitarist? But then
Yeah, it's like, what does that mean? I can't.
I'm
hire
having
you.
half of that. No, maybe okay. I was just trying to lobby.
Isn't there another one?
No, that's the last one.
You already crushed it?
This
You
is
need
the
one and a
another
half?
one.
Yeah. Kyle's a beast.
This is the another one.
Thank
I've got
you.
a sweet tooth, man.
And then so I get here, and before Kyle even says a word, I'm in the studio. So obviously I knew he was not a church guitarist. So I let him say his thing. But I just thought it was really, really funny because what she had meant to say is that Logan's friend's family plays guitar with Kyle at a church because Kyle gives back to his community. He's not a church guitarist.
For money.
For money, right?
For money. Yeah, okay.
But, but I just think it was just hilarious. Like I could just imagine you like looking at A&R a project and someone telling you like, "Hey, he's a church
He's a
guitar."
church guitarist.
Yeah.
That's what I look for in everyone that I work with. Some affiliation with the church.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you must be really big fans of Ghost then.
I've been to church.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole nother story.
Ghost BC is. I love Ghost.
I have like a personal beef with them. That I
Oh,
wanted to get
really?
into. Yeah, of course.
We'll
I mean,
talk
not
about
with
this-
them as people. No. With that.
Oh, just with the project.
Kind of.
Well,
Kind
'cause
of
you,
not. I've got like a bitch ass problem with it. But like
I get
I
that.
didn't. I like what I've heard, and he's obviously a really smart dude.
Tobias Forge.
Yeah.
Yeah, who just came
And I
out.
like that he fired everybody, and then was like, "You can be back in, but you get nothing." And yeah. I like
It's
how
a
he runs his
huge
shit.
diva move. It's a huge.
Yeah, but he
huge
creates
diva
it all. He writes it all. He
Oh,
makes it. It's
100%.
like-
100%. I mean, and if you're the creative lead of a project, I mean, you kind of have the right to do whatever you want with it. That's
Agreed.
fine. But it's an unpopular opinion at the least.
Of course.
Yeah, yeah,
Because people
yeah.
want to picture the Beatles from Hard Day's Night where they all live in the same house and everyone's like an equal thing.
Exactly.
Yep. And that's how I wanted it to be too. You know, but then you're like, oh, everyone's stupid. I have to take control of everything.
Yeah, but I don't really buy into the fandom of Ghost. I just love
What's Ghost?
their creativity. They're like a they're not really a metal band.
No, it's like Blue Oyster Cult.
yeah, I wouldn't call Ghost metal. It's under the rock umbrella for sure.
Yes.
But not necessarily like mainstream active rock.
Yeah.
It still
Is it
is like
cool?
a cult
Yeah, yeah, I
following.
mean, my-
well,
my-
they're Swedish. It's a European project, and so
Do you know Falling in Reverse?
Of course.
I
yeah.
just heard of them
Ronnie
today.
Radke's band from.
I just heard about it today, and I
Really?
heard 2 songs, and it's like the
That dude
greatest
was
thing
in
I've
jail
ever
for
listened to.
murdering someone.
Accomplishing.
my God.
Accomplice, yeah. That's why I like them.
whoa,
On Ghost, I was
he
there
sounds
when
like a
they-
guy who knows how to get shit done.
Yeah, he knows how to fucking party. He was in. What was that band he was in before? That was like
Yes, I don't know the name of it, but he was in a band. He murdered someone. The band
he
broke up.
accomplished.
He accomplished. Went to
accomplished.
jail. Came out. Started this band. And Epitaph signed him immediately. And now the shit's
Yeah.
popping.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's the Ghost thing. I worked with Rick Sales when he was first starting that. I had a
Okay.
couple bands.
I
that
am Rick
managed that.
Sales.
Do you know Rick Sales?
No, I wish.
Rick Sales. He's been managing Slayer since like
Yeah.
That's so
early
tight.
80s. Yeah, they have Mastodon.
I'm a
Gojira.
huge Mastodon fan. Brent Hines is like a guitar hero of mine.
So you know,
like-
Gojira and
Should we introduce him?
Mastodon's manager died last year.
Yeah.
Nick John, a really wonderful dude.
Yep.
Yeah, I hadn't seen those guys in a long time till the funeral.
Yeah, that was really
Put it on
sad.
the
I
set, and
remember.
It was super
Yep.
sad, man. It was incredibly sad. I saw him prior. I saw him at a Metallica show with Gojira like 8 months prior, and I was like, "Oh man, you
Oh,
lost him.
really?
You lost a ton of weight." And he was like, I didn't even know what was going on.
Oh,
I'd known
yeah.
him forever. And he was such a good. He was like the best dude.
Yeah.
Everyone always says that when someone dies. They're like,
Sure,
they're the
sure,
best,
sure,
but he,
sure.
like, actually
Yeah,
was.
yeah. You have to be a certain level of a dick to be like, no, that person sucked.
Oh, I love it when people die and I hate them, but he was not one of them. He was awesome.
Do you publicly say that though?
That I love it when people die and I hate. I'm like jealous when people die. To be honest, I'm jealous. I'm like, wow, they did it. It's done. They don't have
damn
to
it.
think about it. Like
You
I
don't
have to
know
get
that.
up and put on pants and hurt
How do
today.
you know?
Well, whatever's going on, it's like this.
Maybe they're still here, just not in body.
Well, one thing I'm pretty sure of is that they won't get to experience Red Dead Redemption 3.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a
But
bummer.
isn't it gonna take like another 10 years?
At least
to come
not the
out?
way
Yeah,
that
but
we're
I
going
should
to
only
get to
be
experience.
73 at that point. Sorry,
Yeah,
quick
that's
math,
fine.
63.
That's fine.
No, you are 63 now.
I'm time traveling, bro. I don't know where I'm at.
Did you watch Umbrella Academy?
Yes, all of
Oh,
it.
So good.
I loved it.
I loved it.
Fucking
You didn't
loved
watch it, did you?
I need to watch it.
Yeah, you're such a bitch.
I really loved it. At first, I was like, and then I just fell in
And then
love
you
with
dive, and then you dive in and you let it take over, and
it.
you
Yeah,
love
just
it.
fill your pores.
I just
and
like still don't know
caress
how I
you.
feel about Ellen Page. But
She's-
like,
She's the
rough.
low point of the movie, of the show.
Yeah, she's
okay,
the
well
low
then there we
point.
go. Well, because the trailers.
But she
are
only
just kind of
matters
like,
in the last 25 minutes.
Well, there you go. No, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she is the low
I'll
point.
I mean,
load
she
it up
doesn't like. I mean, she does her thing fine. I mean, she
I
just doesn't
just
matter.
don't like
in it.
her as an actress.
Yes.
Yeah,
too.
she was the
She's not
one.
as hot as she was.
She was the
Not
one.
even
Well, she was the one part of like Inception where I was like,
I loved
could.
her in Inception.
I loved her character in Inception, but like the choice to include Ellen Page was just like, she did a good job.
She's
I'm not saying she didn't,
lesbian, right?
but
open.
she's gay in real life.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I was like,
I'm only gay in Dungeons and Dragons. Not in real life, though.
not in real
So
life.
when you watch, so
I have a
every Sunday
10-point
when you're watching Game of
immunity.
Thrones,
I love it.
I've never seen Game of Thrones.
really?
neither.
Isn't that
Yeah, me
amazing?
neither.
My girlfriend says I need to. We should watch every episode and broadcast it as we ruin
Oh
it.
my god!
But I know what happens. There's like a red wedding where someone kills everyone, then someone blows up all the shit. Like I feel like
All
watching it now.
I know is that the one thing about Game of Thrones I just find brilliant is that it started off as just like any other ancient times like Battle for the Throne, and then like by season 3 when you were like all in pot committed and you were like raising that Game of Thrones flag, they're like, fuck you dragons, and then they were
Yeah.
like, fuck you a snow monster, and then they were like, fuck you witches, and it's like
That's
at that
cool.
point you're like, oh my god, I'm all in. But like, how did this get from like men killing men to get a throne to supernatural dragons?
There's a lot of rape in there too.
I'm sure they were like
There's
wondering
men
the same
killing men,
thing.
and I don't know if men are raped in it, but I know that I saw the first. I'm kind of lying because I think I saw the first episode like 4 times.
I saw the first season,
Oh,
like
okay.
right when it came out, and then I have no idea what happened.
Well, there's a lot. It's basically like softcore porn. Like if you want to watch Game of Thrones, I think that you should just imagine Lord of the Rings and then just have softcore porn on a TV screen next to it, and then you can pretty much put it together.
This is where Jason Momoa comes from, right? Is Game of
Yeah.
Thrones?
It comes from
Yeah.
Oh,
Game of
The
really?
guy who ruined everything for every guy.
Jason
Like,
Momoa.
no matter what, no matter how much your girl likes you, no matter how
you
much she
s-
tells you she loves you, she would rather have him.
Have
Yeah.
you
All
seen
of it.
the photo of him next to his security guards?
No, is he way bigger than
It's
his security?
What?
It's
It's
really
not even
funny.
close. Not even kind of close.
Yeah, we.
He's like the Rock with hair.
Yeah.
Basically.
I,
Yeah, so-
I think he's bigger
yeah.
than The Rock, though.
Wow. And apparently he's like a super nice dude.
Yeah,
and, like,
totally.
everyone loves
What
him.
do you think about the fact that Instagram is down completely
What do you mean it's down?
It's
completely?
down.
Like worldwide.
Yeah,
it's like
worldwide
down
down.
When
around.
did that happen?
all day?
Like,
Look,
yeah.
see, you can't post anything.
Like been a few hours.
What happened?
just not working.
Michael Instagrams not feeling well today. Like, when you said that, I was like, wow, someone else, because people will be like, well, what can you do? I'm like, well, I'll call John Best Buy and see what he has to say
Exactly.
about it. Like, Mr. Coke, are you available?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's very funny.
Tim Apple needs to.
Tim Apple needs to step up.
I
Fix
have
my
a
phone.
question because I don't know how to do it graciously. In about 10 minutes, I've got to go because I got to call at 3. Do I
Oh,
like,
that serves the perfect point.
do I
Yeah,
ruin
that's-
everything by
No.
doing that?
How's that ruin anything?
I don't
Doesn't
know.
ruin
I
anything.
just was asking, bro. I don't know this world.
No,
Okay.
you just need to do 10 push-ups for me instead.
I can't. My shoulder. Now you're body shaming me. I didn't expect it to take this turn.
You need to check your weight privilege, bro.
Yeah, dude, that's fucked up.
no,
Just
no,
because
no,
I can
no.
bench 475 pounds doesn't mean I'm strong.
No. This lasts as long or as little as we want it to.
I want it
literally.
to keep going. This is like the funnest thing I'm going to do today for sure.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
a lot of fun. This is a
Conference
good one.
calls aren't that much fun.
Yeah,
No,
who
they're not.
your conference calls are with anyone fun? You gonna sign any records today? Make any lives happen?
I'll tell you that. I don't think so. I feel like I can barely
you-
make my life happen.
Yeah, but you have a cool life.
I have it's
You just
the
got a new
best.
car. It's fucking sick.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, I got
I'm
a
a
new
big
car.
proponent of your Jeep.
I love feeling my mustache rub against this pop screen.
It's so nice,
so
right?
nice.
I do it also. Oh, it's the best.
Oh yeah, I can send you home with just like the windscreen if you want. Like I have another one.
It's a cool. I think we can all agree we probably all have really cool lives that are just super fucking annoying.
Yeah,
Yes, I
Because
love
everyone.
it.
But here's
Yeah.
the thing. Like, I'm like, oh, wouldn't it be nice if I just worked at a hardware store and like just went to work from 8 to 6 and I was done at the end of the day? And then I'm like, yeah, but if I was there, I'd be like, fuck. Like, I just
Grass
think.
is
yeah.
always
Day
greener.
2, I'm like, I'm tired of stacking this wood. I would rather go literally do what I was doing 2 days ago,
But I think we're
which is
just-
nothing.
I think that here in the Western world, I mean, obviously it's not a unique
Are we in the
concept.
Western world?
We are in the Western world, and we are just conditioned to be dissatisfied with everything, no matter what it is.
100%, 100%.
Except for Red Dead. That
Except for
didn't
Red Dead.
dissatisfy me. And neither does God of War or
God of War is great.
I'm like halfway through. And Spider-Man's really good too.
With the game?
Yeah.
Which game?
The new Spider-Man game
I
for
don't- I
PS4.
don't know it.
I mean,
Should I play it?
yeah, dude. If you like comics, Spider-Man.
all
Have
play
you played
together?
Spider-Man?
Not yet.
It's so intuitive.
He has a
the
son. He doesn't
controls.
play anything.
That's great.
Yeah, it's so fucking.
I watched
fun.
Daniel Tiger.
Oh.
You're going on tour really soon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you allowed to
I'm-
say with who?
Yeah. with
Oh
Logan.
yeah. IMD for Logan, and then we're
Oh.
doing the Jake Miller tour. I'm being out for like 5 weeks, and so
Sick.
Yeah, we're doing the right here. You should come.
I will.
Yeah.
Whenever I commit to shows, I'm always like, "Fuck, what if I can't?" But I would like to.
Yeah, but you should
Yeah,
come
that's
so that
great.
you
We're
can
gonna
like,
go to the Void this weekend.
Yes, and
Uh-huh.
then, and then
Take it
you're
step
gonna,
by
and then I
step.
think that you should gang tackle Kyle on stage at the
Okay.
L-Ray.
Okay, my shoulder might not let me do that,
that's okay.
but we'll try.
I think, and then Kyle just uses his guitar as like a Komodo sword and just like upswings you with it.
I just like take the neck actually just off the guitar, and the neck's its own sword now. Just
Yo,
like,
that
I
would be
unsheath
dope.
it.
How does someone not have that?
Yeah,
unsheath
that's
it.
so
Dimebag
sick.
would be here today.
Yes, he would.
Yeah, maybe that's not a cool thing to say either.
Well,
I mean,
I
people
think
getting
that
attacked on stage, like
Yeah.
having a weapon that your guitar could become, is like kind of dope.
was super dope.
Or
No.
like taping a 12 gauge to the back of it.
But you
I like that.
that would, you know what else would be tight is if you can like make a sick bong out of that. You make like the bass of the guitar like with
And
a
get the
string.
mass murderer high. And
No,
they'll decide
no.
not
But I'm
to
just
do
saying
it.
is like from the only reason I have the idea is from the movie last night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we watched this movie called Cabin in the Woods.
I've seen Cabin in the Woods,
Right,
J.J.
so you know,
Abrams, yeah.
So you know the scene at the beginning where he has this like massive bong and it turns into like a coffee cup.
No, I don't remember any of it. I just remember being
So I
disappointed
was just thinking
when I
like you
watched
could
it.
like you could take that, put it on there.
Yeah, and
and-
just-
yeah, it'd be pretty funny.
That's amazing.
Let's wrap up.
Yeah. Is there anything that
What do you want to plug?
Yeah, you want to plug anything,
Plug
or
the
you just
Void,
want to
plug
hang?
Riptide.
Plug the Void,
plug
Riptide.
Randy, Junkie XL.
Yeah.
Doyle.
Who's Doyle?
The
Misfits,
guitarist from
man.
the Misfits.
Oh, that's tight. We love him.
Who else do I want to plug? I want to plug Morgoth, Jaleel, just artists. Tomo from Logic's band.
Oh, that's tight.
Yeah, I like Logic.
He's really, really talented. The guy playing guitar for him. Yeah, I guess that's Earth, love,
and Fire?
equality,
Earth,
equality,
just
finger banging, finding Neverland,
giving or receiving.
leaving Neverland.
Is
Everything
that,
involved.
wait, so I
in
haven't seen it yet. Is it on Netflix?
No, it's an HBO thing.
HBO.
Okay. So for anyone that doesn't know what we're talking about, we're not going to really talk about it, but just go watch the Michael Jackson documentary on HBO. That's all we're going to say.
Well, you've got to watch it because we have to talk about that and the R. Kelly one in New York when we do House at Ludlow.
Yes,
so yeah,
for sure.
If I tell you my position on leaving Neverland, can we definitely edit it out?
No, do not
we'll just
tell-
wrap up.
Yeah, do not tell.
We'll
do
just
not
wrap
talk
up.
about that.
Yeah,
I will-
well, if it's
I will- I
anything,
will curb you.
If it's anything like what we talked about before we started recording, then you know
it's
it's great.
exactly that.
Yeah, 100%. No, don't say that on air.
I love it. Like, we're open for everything. Everything's cool, but don't
No,
say that thing.
I'm saying don't say it on air because I'm going to be asked to edit it out, and I'm not going to.
Okay.
And so, like, I'm going to create more problems because I will not edit it out.
Fair enough.
Because I don't have problems saying shit like that.
Fair enough.
So that's my thing. It's really just I don't have an issue with it. I'm just lazy. Dude, thanks for coming on the
Thanks for
show.
coming on.
Thank you for having me. It was really fun to
We'll
get
do
to
the
hang
Void
out.
this weekend. We'll do
Yeah,
some
we'll do
social
the Void,
media
and then you
posts
guys can
about
talk
it.
about that. That's amazing.
100%. All right, well, guys, have a good day. We'll see you soon. And yeah.
Thanks so much, guys.
Yeah.